I started using haiku on Claude to help me write because a lot of times I'm really tired and I need to get some help in writing. And I started today to do some things with LinkedIn and make my posts sound a lot better. What I have noticed with haiku is that this thing is effing smart, and it blew my mind how it asks me these questions. I'm going to read one to you that is really crazy. If you're trying to cram too much into too short a period of time and convince yourself it's efficient, that's a different conversation. So I had asked Haiku to help me with commenting and also with finding and creating a script that I could actually automate, which I can do, but I'm hesitant to do because I like to have that organic feel of who I'm actually commenting on and where they're coming from, because a lot of people that I'm now getting to know better are showing up in my feed. And the one thing I don't want to do is come off as being some kind of AI agent. That is completely not where I want to be, especially on LinkedIn or anywhere. So being very careful about how I comment. A lot of people will just spam out comments on posts and think that they're actually getting something done when it's really counterintuitive, and it's better to post maybe 10 different things that they are interested in than 50 different things that don't make any sense whatsoever. And so I have been really creating a very curated feed in LinkedIn and focusing solely on that because business, and that's where I conduct business, and it's where I want to find my potential partners in business, my clients, so that I'm able to create a better space for them to know that I'm not spamming somebody. I'm not generating AI bots all over the place to do this automatically. There are things that are automated that really do need automation. Those things definitely are important. But when it comes to creating that special relationship with people, it's not AI that does that, it's you. And I think a lot of people fuzzying that chasm and making it, I'm just going to have AI do it. But what happens, the degradation of the message, the understanding, and if it's all automated and you're just out hiking and doing something else, then it really doesn't show that you're being truthful and honest with these people and creating that relationship. So that's what I want to stick away from, because I've noticed with other creators and other people on LinkedIn, some of these messages are very like one sentence, not even thought about. And so it's important for me as a business owner and also a potential partner with somebody to help them achieve their goals to make sure that I am not only reading their posts and understanding them, but also commenting on them in a way that makes sense, not only to them, but to the people that are reading it. Haiku on Claude, to get back to that, is super smart. And if you're putting in your goals in Haiku for the thing that you're doing, for example, if you want to post on YouTube videos and you want this YouTube video post to be, seen by the creator, then you're really going to have to think about how you want that post to come off to not only the creator, but to everybody else, because the creator is also using AI and they're savvy enough to understand when this is AI post and when it's not, and when it's thought about. And that doesn't mean you can't use AI to structure your thoughts. It just means that if you're going to do that, make sure that you're doing that in a way that makes sense to the reader as well as the creator, and your respect to their time and their effort making the video. And this is where I think a lot of people have gotten in. I can automate everything and I don't have to do anything and I can just be on a yacht sipping champagne. And this is the lie that a lot of people have been sold. AI, automation, marketing in that $5,000 client. I'm charging $5,000 for a setup and $2,500 a month. I tend to think that if you're going to be charging $2,500 a month and a $5,000 setup, you're going to be offering some major wins for that client immediately. Like, you've got to be able to structure that so that it's immediate, because that client is not going to keep paying you unless they're getting wins, because they can do this in house. So I have really taken a look at a lot of things at one time were exceptional to me, and I was like, well, that makes so much sense. I'm going to try that. And I started following people that are more realistic in their output as well as more realistic in the way that they are creating output, and not sugarcoating it to say that they're the only ones in it. I do follow people that are getting millions of views and 100,000 views and all this, but it's taken them time to get to that point. Also, they have a team behind them. They are not solo. Even though they come off as solo, they have 5 to 8 people helping them. And they also have people monitoring their automations in case they break. They do break because they will. And if there's problems with the RSS feeds or with the APIs or anything like that, they have a person that is immediately monitoring, and they don't have to get up and do it themselves. So there's a lot more to this on the back end that is not as evident on the front end, but I wanted to just give this video out because Haiku 4.5 on Claude has really helped me to see the pattern of the post in addition to my pattern of not really automating, I would say, using AI as my guide to help me write the post so that my thoughts aren't like scattered all over the place. We tend to not be able to think about the moment that we're in. We tend to think about the future or the past. We're never really in the moment. And that makes it difficult to actually write the post a lot of the times because you're not thinking about this post that you're writing, you're thinking about the next post. And that's a subconscious thing that, meditation, some good stuff will help. We're getting into haiku, but I wanted to share what haiku said to me today. It said, "Are you feeling pressured to be productive right now, or are you trying to solve a problem that feels urgent or overwhelming?" And this is where it's now taking the goal that I had, and it's asking me to step back and say, what is the real goal here? And while I don't like it coaching me, it did make me like, wow, this thing is smart. It's noticing my patterns. So how am I patterning it so that it knows that the patterns not only fluid and communicative, so very well-rounded, but also that the pattern that I'm creating for my posts is true. It's a real conversation between real humans that have hearts and blood pumping, not two robots, not two AIs. I mean, it's become to the point where like people making these videos and it looks just like them and it's not them. It's going to be much harder to tell whether this person is real or whether this person is fake. It's going to be where we're believing two different things. Where do you want to show up on the spectrum? And that's what I'm asking myself right now after reading this. Whoa. Where do I want to show up on the spectrum? Am I showing up as an AI avatar of myself, or am I showing up as me? Because if I'm showing up as an avatar of myself, then anyone can show up as an avatar of themselves. It's no longer a human interaction. It's an avatar to avatar interaction. Using haiku has taught me this one thing. If I am feeling pressured or overwhelmed to overproduce in a way that makes my communication sound like it is an AI, then it's not going to come off in a relationship basis when I meet that person, if I ever do, face to face, on Zoom or in person. It's not going to be a good meeting because I have now automated everything. And if they come back at me and say, I liked your post that you made or your comment you made about X, and you're like, I didn't make that post, that was my AI. How real does that sound to them? You don't even care about my posts. You don't even care about me. So why should I be talking to you? That's what haiku has just taught me, that one thing. If there's one thing that I can tell you, AI is going to flood out those people who are not taking their time to make these relationships real on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on any other platform. It's going to be found out sooner or later you're performing in that, and also how good of a performer you are. So if you want to come off as real, it takes real time. And I've noticed, like, I had someone say that they posted 100 times a day on people's posts in LinkedIn. That's how they got 20,000 followers or 50,000 or something like that. Crazy followers. And I was like, that is great. What were those posts saying? Did they give meaning? Did they ask a question? People are now a little bit more skeptical, and I think rightfully so. I also think that they're looking at things in a way that, does this person really talk like this? Let me go to their profile and check it out. So I am just letting you know that Haiku 4.5 is crazy smart. Oh my God. But the one thing I learned is, am I coming off as real or am I coming off as an AI? And it will ask you. It has called me 3 times this morning. And I'm like, it's not even 9 o'clock. And I'm like, what the heck? So I have been using this for a while, but haiku I use in and out. But I am going to be using that more and more now because it does make sense. Regardless of what's your goal, you'll be questioning yourself when it starts to call you out on what you're doing, especially if it's automation. So check that out and good luck to you. Make sure you comment for real, not an AI. Subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it because this is actually just off the cuff. I started this morning and I was like, wow, people need to know this. Follow me on LinkedIn. All of my socials are down below. I don't have too many because I really want to make sure that I'm staying true to my voice. So I don't have the time to be pretending to be everywhere. That's not real. So make sure you follow me here, LinkedIn, and I will be in touch with you. Even comment or DM me on LinkedIn. I'm having a live event on Thursday, October 23rd. So make sure that you are part of that. Talk to you soon.